Welcome to another edition of Agency Scaling Secrets. I'm Solomon Timothy. Today's question is, how do I create a sales process that is repeatable and custom tailored to each customer? This is a fantastic question. In the agency world, we are so accustomed to creating custom solutions to every client that it's almost not repeatable. And in my world, if it's not repeatable, it's not scalable. All right. So the question is, how do I give such amazing custom proposals and custom pitch while keeping my agency much more scalable and repeatable? This is a fantastic question. Let's dive in. Now, to help you answer this question, I'm going to actually take you through the process that we teach our partners here at Clickx. Now, what we do is actually help bring some calmness into the crazy agency world we all live in, right? So customers ask you, hey, I need this by tomorrow or the day after. But at the end of the day, you as an agency, you as a business need to operate. So you need some processes and systems so that you don't miss anybody's requirement and you also can deliver amazing experiences at the end of the day. What I want you to think about is building a process and forgetting everything else for a moment and say, look, this is what I would like to have done for every new lead that we're going to talk to. So this is our 5-step process that we teach here at Clickx. We actually implement this for our partners so that they have a scalable agency at the end of the day, right? We believe in the people, we believe in the product, we believe in the process, and I believe process absolutely probably the number one thing agencies are lacking. They have the people and they got the product, but when it comes to process, I'm not sure what exactly to do. It's all based on the ability of the founder or the CEO or the one that's running the agency. If they're not really process driven, trust me, there's going to be a lot of challenges scaling the organization. The way that we go about it is, hey, as a sales organization, you want to make sure that your sales process is repeatable and predictable. And so this right here is extremely the most important pieces of that puzzle. You're having connect calls, even if it's an inbound lead, you're probably not going to go deep into discovery mode on a quick, hello, we received your inquiry. Thank you so much for reaching out. Let's schedule a call Monday, Tuesday, whatever that might be. That's what a connect call is, right? Just acknowledging the fact that you've gotten their information and scheduling a time to go deeper and really making sure that what they're looking for, is it even something that you can do, right? It's called, are we a fit? And if you can assure that there is a fit, then you move to the next stage. If not, throw the lead away. There's nothing more you're going to do about it because they're not going to need what you offer. Now, if you're the type of agency that's going to create product based on customer need, you're not going to have a repeatable, scalable process because you're now going to go create a new product just for one client, right? So our partners are selling a specific product, specific service. They have a niche. They know exactly what the customer's result is going to be. We can predict the outcome. They're not creating new products every day. They're just trying to scale what that's already built. All right. So in those cases, if the niche is there, the need is there, we want them to move to the next step. Think of this like Detroit, the auto assembly line. What happens every single day is that you're working in this line, all you do is whatever that job is, right? If your job is to put the windshield on, today it's all done by robotics, so there's really nobody there probably. But at the end of the day, if your job is to put the door, all day long, you're just putting the door. Over here, you're putting the back seat, that's all you do. Over here, you're pushing a button, that's all you do. And what we had to realize is that when we were scaling our agency, our biggest challenge was we had a lot of people in a poor process, right? So we built this first for ourselves and we scaled it. And so our team, once we implemented the process, became so much more efficient. Again, just like that assembly line, we kept doing the same thing. So our discovery calls were better, our close rate were better, and our onboarding was unbelievably amazing. And managing the customer and giving them amazing service and retaining them worked out even better. All because of a streamlined process. So your job is to move them to a discovery. This has to happen every single time. You can't skip this step. Just like you can't skip the back seat or the side door, you got to make sure you're really uncovering the pain that customer has. This means that it is not 7 phone calls. It may have to be 1 or 2, right? It can be 7 or 8 or 10, and it can be 12 months long either. You can discover the problem for that long and not know if you can help them or not. So discovery is that next call, and then followed by some sort of a proposal to close this account to find out, hey, are we moving forward or are we not, right? Is this gonna happen or are we not? Is this gonna go put on hold? That's okay, but we really wanna make sure, is this going to happen? So this is the model that we created for ourselves, and this is how we built it scalable. Now, what happens in Discovery A and Discovery B is customized to that client, right? So the questions may be different because of the size of company or the type of customers that they serve. However, what doesn't get thrown away is the process of having that call. Or the proposal or the presentation may definitely need to be custom tailored to that person or that company's needs and their personalities and all the information that you have in this industry. And maybe you have some competitive advantage, you know other people in that space and what they're doing, you're gonna create a custom deck for them. However, you're not gonna skip that step. So what happens typically in agencies is that they go from connect thinking that the next call is close, or they have a discovery and then schedule a kickoff call. You're skipping steps. This is like the car comes out of the assembly line, but it's missing the back seat, or the side door is not even screwed on. So unfortunately, this is where a lot of people get into trouble. I would say the most crucial of one on a healthy long-term relationship is the onboarding of a new customer. And that is an extremely sensitive time. You want to make sure that customer feels absolutely amazed at what the steps in the process needs to be. But this is an area where a lot of agency owners don't spend a lot of time in. They're more worried about, hey, we got to get this project done as quickly as possible and skip a couple of steps and go more into managing. So we've identified these 5 areas as the most important pieces that every single agencies need to work on improving, right? So it's not just about implementing, you want to constantly work on improving as well. So in that sales process, you're going to have a series of questions here. You're going to have a series of things and checklists on the discovery. You're definitely going to have to go through some process to make sure this is a perfect fit for your agency and you can give them amazing service. Back to the question of how do you build a repeatable process while giving custom, amazing pitches to every single client is done through a systematic way like this. As a specialist in your industry, you know how to customize this for every single client. But the challenge is you got to know, are you in number 1, are you in number 2, or is this client in number 3 or 4 or 5, whatever it is. And if you don't know where that is, implementing such a process like this for your organization would be the first thing that you want to work on. As small agencies, we've all been there where we don't really have a set process. The owner is really excited in a connect call that the customer is giving all the right signals. Oh my God, they're so ready. Look at all the things that they're saying, and you're thinking like tomorrow they're gonna buy, but then end up stalling that deal and never making a dollar because we got more excited than the customer, and customer was not really even ready to make a buying decision. So think about that. If you've done that in your agency and you've been there and you're like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? Well, that tells you that a customized stage for every single thing that you do in your agency is your very next step. We go through a lot of coaching here. Every week we have coaching calls with agency owner. We have a lot of information in our academy, especially when it comes to sales. We have this process that we want to implement for every agency. If you don't have something like this, if yours is better, fantastic. But if you need a simple step-by-step process in growing and scaling your agency, we want to be able to give it to you. In fact, this content right here is to benefit every agency that's watching and is looking to scale. If you'd like to learn more about Clickx and whether or not our technology and our methodology is good for you or right for you, reach out to one of our consultants. If you like this video and you're excited to scale your agency, go ahead and click that like button, subscribe to this channel, leave me a comment, tell me what other areas that you need to be working on right now while building a repeatable and scalable agency. All right, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.